Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go over doing a very deep review with a combination of IQFeed, MotiveWave, the software trading platform, with their Java samples, which I've put into this new playlist on my YouTube channel under MotiveWave, as well as IQFeed, because we're using the combination. Beautiful, that's all I can say. And now we're going to look at the actual trading platform of MotiveWave. I will say that MotiveWave, first of all, talks to a lot of things. You can see here, these are the data sources or data providers. My favorite is IQFeed. That's all I can say. But all the other ones that other people may use. Bar chart is cool. Crypto Compare is good as well. And that is a good thing. Now, when you look at these supported brokers, the current ones that I will give pluses for sure, are definitely Oanda, FXCM, dare I say. But the one I'm really excited about is Interactive Brokers, because of course we talk to all the major asset classes for stocks, forex, futures, CFDs, and options. So that is big. Okay, so I've already explained in another video my planned combination of using IQFeed with as a data provider and using Interactive Brokers as the execution for orders. The only additions you can do that with, confirmed from their support, which has been, as I said, very responsive and really good so far, is Professional Edition and the Ultimate Edition, and you can get one-time licenses for $1K, which I think is a deal and a half, and something I would definitely consider. Okay, enough of the blabbing. Let's get in with the show and show off the software. So first things first, you will notice I got IQFeed working in the background. Finally, I can say I got this running great with no issues because of IQFeed turns on that connect button. So here's the software. This has got to be, first let's talk about Mac. Mac trading software on Mac is really limited, but now we have a full-blown Mac supported trading platform on Mac OS. Finally, it's been here for a while. I just finally discovered it a few years ago. The charting in this is mind-blowingly good. Now, this is a demo of the Ultimate Edition, which is about, I believe, $1,500. There are so many things you can do with this. So right now, you're looking at live data with Australian dollar and USD from FXCM as a data source, and that's through IQFeed. So clearly you can see studies are part of this, strategies are part of this, with automation and automated trading. Yahoo, we are looking good. So first things first is the view. This can get kind of confusing, but I just want to show you the charting on this is amazing. Like, I cannot stress how really cool this is. I've been playing around enough with technical analysis, and I thought, oh, technical analysis is useless. But there's some of it which may be, like, for example, if you go into the study, you get into astrological moon phases and planets. I mean, really? But it's here if you want it. But it's there. Here we have volume profile. Let me see if I can do this. So obviously this may take a while because it's on 5-minute data. In the meantime, so here we can add current price, 72.54, 72.80. So looks like I've got this little guy busy and tied up. I am going to pause the video until we figure it out. Okay, so continuing along, we have our volume profile. We have our little label here. We can put a little time in here, whatever we want. And this is for annotation, because here you can take photos or doing snapshots. We have trend lines if you want. You know, it's pretty sophisticated, very convenient for this sort of thing. I love it. Not a lot of platforms have this. Also, let me show you something that's kind of important as well. Documentation is really important to me. So if you go under products, sorry, support, guides, you will get some pretty cool documentation. This one I just read. Well, actually, this is the user's guide right here. It's a couple hundred pages. They walk you through each screen, what each screen does, some tips, how to use them. Really good quality. Also, if you're into the API, which I showed you before, which I forgot to mention, the code is very well documented itself to really get you up and running. That's a rare feat in today's world of software. So again, we have channels if we want to apply. You know, pretty awesome, I would think. But what do I know? You know what I mean? It's pretty good. If you're into these gizmos, it's all here. Speed lines, time range, all kinds of stuff here. And then time cycle. Okay, so that's general. Then we have the basic. So we can add comments, trend line again, Okay. Now also under components, it gets more sophisticated. We can add all this commentary, whatever we want. I'm not sure if this is part of the software development kit. If it was, I'd be like, whoa. I do know the markers are available through, because that's what I read in the document for the programmers. The SDK documentation is going to add triangles, arrows, and all that through the SDK. So that's pretty cool. Fibonacci, this is really fantastic, to be honest, because even I think J4X had it, but to do things like retrace, like voila, set your targets right on the fly, all the different Fibonacci levels that you have available to you, different types like fan retracement. Yo, man, that is phenomenally cool. So this is why I'm like, man, there's so many toys in here that may work. Fibonacci bars, I'm not going to confuse people with that. And regression, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So I got to say, that's a really well done job. I have seen GANs. The only one I can probably say that might be useful is this one, the fan. If you have upswings or set targets again, who knows? I haven't used it, but say what you will. Here's another advanced one, is the Elliott Wave. I've never been a real believer in Fibonacci, but if you are into setting all your target levels, and you can probably do all this programmatically, triangles and whatever. Here's where it gets really good. These are the more advanced Gartley or harmonics. So if you see my stuff, I can do Gartley bear, butterflies, crabs, and bats. I'm going to include some other ones that I know about. ABC equals CD, and you know, to get this done in J4X was tough. It took a lot of processing. Again, I don't know if you can systematically generate these, but if you could, I'd be like blown away. But again, these are more advanced charts, and you got to go into the higher levels, the higher tier of pricing for the software or functionality for that. So that's the view there. You can also do depth of market if I was connected of different limit orders, all your different types of orders with a stop loss, trail limit. I mean, it's pretty impressive. So you can put your P&L, your bid and ask, all that fun stuff. What else we have here? So, I mean, for the money, you have news headlines. Not sure why. Maybe the markets are not open, or I don't have my news on. So we have news headlines, news viewer. I can't remember how this works, but I did have it working earlier. Also, we have, what else we got? Object viewer alerts that you can do. I have read the documentation, so you can have signals as well and have them automatically emailed out to you. That's pretty cool. I don't know where to end it. Like, it's just, there's a lot here. I will call this a beast in a very positive way. Auto analyze. I'm sure if I read the documentation properly as I should, and again, I've pushed something I shouldn't be, and I have to pause the video. Here we go. Oh, no, okay. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. So again, 30-minute view, 1-minute view. I mean, let's see what else we got. Clear all the local data, show volume, which we're doing, group studies. Okay, so studies. This is very, very, very powerful. Okay, so we have classic technical analysis here. If you got your RSI, your Bollingers, Elliott Wave, CCI, RSI, as I said, all stochastics, different kinds, Williams R. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. RSI bars, stochastic bars, like I said, moon, planet, for astrological, different types of moving averages, your classic ones, SMA, EMA, what else we got? Different types of volume indicators. It just, I don't even use half. I wouldn't even use a tenth of these or a percent, but they're there, and I could go on. And here's the examples from my custom API or SDK. That's part of the samples, so you can create your own if you wanted. Yeah, it just goes Sortino. I mean, man, if you want Sortino. What else we got here? Yeah, okay. So this is the strategy part. So you can, again, in Java, develop custom strategies for yourself. They can be generated manually for signal generation, or you can add in for the trading as well. There was one as an example. Let me just see. Oh, so here's one sample MA cross strategy. So here we have how we want to display the colors and the width and all that fun stuff. The fast and moving average as defined in the code, which was in Eclipse, but I'm not going to bring that up. The trading options, your lot size if you wanted. I mean, strategy panel, signals. Let's fire her up. So we activate it. Off she goes. Let's see what it's doing. I guess it's not going to work because it's not linked up to a live broker. So I do believe there is a good example of a strategy I can show you if I can find it, called Trade Manager right here. So here again we have our lot size, what we can do on the exit, on the target levels. If it's pips in this case, we can set stop losses, ATR, and the multiplier percentage. And again, what we display on the strategy panel. And again, we have here, let's just create it. I'm going to go long, activate, and it did make some fancy sounds, but enter now. So we put a couple of orders in, hooray, I'm a hero, and of course I'm losing money, and we close now. And we can, let me just turn that off. I don't know where I can look for my P&L, but I'm sure it's somewhere in here if I want. Now, other thing I might add is in this, you can definitely span all these windows across multiple monitors. So it's pretty. Let me see, time and sales. Maybe it's in there. I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time. But so those are some of the strategies. Obviously, this is a higher end pricing. Let me just deactivate this little strategy here. And go back to the strategies. So here are all the different strategies that you have. There was one called the Vidya. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but what do I care? These are out of box, so you can play with these. Here's that example again from the example code, accelerator, deaccelerator, recent stuff, and you can now. I'm going to try some fancy stuff. These are all the different symbols I can watch, and again, I have through my IQFeed, I have access to U.S. stock and Forex through FXCM. So let me see if we can pull up Caterpillar, let's say. The data's not going to be, because it's Thursday, Black Thursday, U.S. Thanksgiving. So the markets are closed, but I can obviously pull up, in this case, the Forex. So here along the top, we can do fancy things like file, save images, save all kinds of the parameters and all the indicators I've got on this particular chart. Like I said, you can do this auto analyze alerts. You can do, what do we got here? Different, we can apply different indicators right on the overlay of the chart, do our zooming. Here we can add in our different types of lines. Again, here, the symbols I'm still trying to figure out. And I don't know where to stop, because this is a very cool, very cool for what you pay. I think it's worth the money, in my opinion. I'm pretty excited with that this is now running with J4 with IQFeed on top of with the broker of choice, which again, as I said, is IB, Interactive Brokers. When, if I wanted, the only test if I can get it working with my database of choice, which is the Redis. And there you go. So there's data in there. I don't know what time frames. This is 30-minute. Many different time frames along here. I don't know, the scanning. I don't know. There's just a lot to it. Option chain data, which I could probably get if I have that through the IQFeed home. This is what I want to show you. Let's see if this works. So I believe this is just their default profile for, I guess in this case, Apple, and all the different entries, order, bid, asks. If this is connected, we get our bid and ask, and our spread spread ability. We can have it simulated or demo. So that's pretty well it. And yes, you can have it connect into different workspaces. So for instance, in my case, as I said earlier, you could have IQFeed as your data provider and Interactive Brokers for your execution and orders. And that's probably what I would recommend. And again, we have all our setup of our pricing and levels and low, high, all that fun stuff. All right, so it's pretty cool. That's all I can say. I've at this point, I'm nothing connected to this company, but I would not be surprised in how they operate. Very business friendly for, if you're interested in getting a copy or whatever, it's up to you. But that's about it. Very extensive, and that's what I can show you for now. Again, if you really want to know the stuff, pull up the guides, go through the user guide, which is available, and that will walk you through everything. I'm just walking you through what I've been pretty well playing with, and I'll tell you, this is really cool, especially, as I said, to have it run with IQFeed and access the coding for both IQFeed with MotiveWave on top of connecting into interactive brokers. And as I said, if you want to know all of the where to go for the brokers and the data services, it's all here. Pricing is right here for the different levels of functionality in the products. You can get things by modules. You can lease. It's very affordable, no matter what your situation is, and it starts at $100. All right, so hopefully I'll help you out, and we shall talk to you soon, and hopefully this will help you out later.